Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door or Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new live stream. I hope everybody's doing fantastic today. Welcome on into a new live stream though of all the mods 9. I know we were gonna try and keep bees all last week, but honestly, this week has been hectic at work. We had a few storms here where I live, and that caused some issues. And I was unable to get any of the episodes really out that I wanted to. And I actually attempted to record an episode Sunday for Tuesday, and genuinely it was boring, so I never released it. But basically, I spent time building a little bee nest. I tried two different iterations, one that kind of closely resembled the pixel art that is like able to be done with a few extra blocks and stuff from what is it called? Diables, I think. What is this called? This is called Dynamics, which adds a few extra colors and stuff. So I tried really mimicking as close as I could, but I was really unable to get as close as I wanted to. So I kind of simplified some of the colors, and I kind of came up with this like a little bit worse of a design, but I think it's good enough for what we're gonna do with it. One of the only issues I have with this design as of current is actually this ceiling here. And we're actually going to fix that real quick. So we're going to copy. Let's make sure we undo that because I don't accidentally want to... Oh, nope. I didn't want to undo that. Hold on. I thought I accidentally placed part of the wall down. Okay. We're going to copy from here to here, and then we're going to take this out. So let's see, can we do small square? We're going to take out the wool, and we're going to raise this up by 1 because we're going to actually add a border to the top here, and hopefully that'll work out. But then we're going to copy and paste gadget this and actually get some of the bees and stuff started here, which will probably be like almost a finale to the bees. I'm going to do a genetics, the gene stuff that I talked about last week, where we set up something a little bit more final for that. But for like actually bee breeding and stuff, we're going to probably not focus on that too much. But we'll see. I also need to like upgrade my pickaxe and stuff. I don't know why I haven't upgraded it to like the next tier, but I haven't. Not sure. We'll look at that. And I know after this live stream, I'm going to be posting an announcement, well, kind of a schedule change for the channel. And I'll, you know, for people that are actually watching this, give you a heads up. We're probably going to move to just having 3 videos a week instead of the usual 5. Because honestly, it's not been 5 for a long time. And I want to be able to get content out, but man, and maybe it'll change somewhere during the year, but right now it is just difficult to even get out that many videos. And I honestly have been trying to get videos done or even recorded, but honestly, it has been hectic to try and even get that done. So it's working against me here. So we're gonna try and get as many videos out as I can, but 3 is probably where it's going to be at. Because, you know, real life kind of takes precedent over recording this stuff as of current. So, and I know we're almost to 1,000, which I still have not gotten anything done for 1,000 subs. I've been working on some stuff in the background, but it is taking a lot longer, so we may push it back. And it also, of course, relies on Minecraft, and I know we've got a version coming up soon, so it's probably going to get hindered by that. So I may wait until we actually get the next version and Forge comes out and everything, and I think I will start porting a lot of the work that I've been doing over. but as of current, I think that'll probably be the best option. Um, but yeah, you can see what I was doing here. So I basically have made it to where you can kind of correlate these. So you've got 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4, and then that 5th layer you have kind of a overlap. So I'm just gonna count that as like another layer, um, which I think should work. All right, so let's finish this up here real quick. So we're gonna make floors out of each layer. And then we're going to need to do brown. And this way we're just going to put bees on each level. And that, I think, will be pretty decent. I think we actually needed to do not everything there, but that's okay. Because it should be 2 and then brown in the center. Okay, and then fill this in. And then our second color, which is this, needs to fill in. Kind of speckle it around here. Okay, I think that's enough. Ooh, do I have any more left? Oh, because that's the copy and paste gadget. That's my bad. Let's just do this. So I do need to come out one more. Copy and paste gadget. Okay. Yep, I didn't mean to actually break that, so that'll work. So now we're going for that orange terracotta. I think that's what that is. Filling that in here. Okay. And then we're just going to go with another layer, which is the next color. Let's see, so then just get this done. And this was basically what the episode was, is genuinely me just building. And I'm not good at like talking about what I'm doing in building because I'm genuinely not good at building. As you can see, this bee nest is kind of hideous, but it's mine, and I think that's what really counts in this aspect here. So, you know, I could make an interesting episode out of it, even if I tried. Did I do? Yeah, I didn't do that one to be 2. Okay, where did I goof again? Okay. And then, of course, for like each one of these layers, we're basically going to put an elevator somewhere. I don't even know because the biggest thing is this is like a rounded thing. So we may just put one on each corner. So one here and then one here. And that way, whichever entrance I come into, we should have access to the actual proper floors that we need. So just like that. And then our next color here is yellow terracotta. And it takes some of the brightness away out of this layer. But I really tried to find some good like matching colors. In like orange, there's no real in between. And like the peach color at the bottom, which is from that that dynamics mod, So this is peach, and then you got peach terracotta, which is like a whole different spectrum. So you don't really have any colors that really coordinate that well with that. So kind of just did what I had to do, even if it wasn't like the greatest option in the world. Let's get that filled in. I think, which corner did we say we were coming out of? This one? Okay. So then that will be our kind of like productive bees area, right? We'll be able to come into one of these holes, fly in, go to the corner to use an elevator. We don't have a whole lot of headroom, but in all honesty, we don't need a lot of headroom just because we're only going to be putting the bees nest in here with their blocks that they need. So it'll be like B here, B here, B here, B here, B here, and then of course their target block will be set there. So, how you doing, Rockstar? My day has been exhausting, but I am still kicking. How has your day been? I hope it's been well. But what we should be able to do now is actually copy this structure. Shift right click here in the corner, and then right click down here and basically paste this wherever we need to. So this is our productive bee structure, and of course now it is expandable, so we could, have like a little apiary field of bee nests. Let's get rid of this guy here. They aren't the prettiest bee nests, but they shall do. So if I wanted to, of course, I could just place this right next to it. I think the other thing is, of course, these are a chunk long or a chunk wide, so we can totally put that there, and that would be an entire chunk. Also, I couldn't tell. Did I actually get this correct? Is this 16 by 16 by 16? Because I did not genuinely look at this. I know it's 16 by 16 by something. So 17. So adding that top layer made this 17. So it's not technically 16 by 16 by 16 like I originally planned. Adding that top border to make the third or the fourth floor the same as the third and second and all that stuff definitely changes it. But yeah, so we should be able to get as much of this as we want. I have a pretty decent amount of blocks and stuff that we can use. So oh, that sounds like a total nightmare, Rockstar. And then sooner or later, we need to finish this house. But not today, because I genuinely don't know if I'll ever finish this house. I think we'll probably be on like episode 100 and something, and I still won't have this house finished. That's okay though. It happens. But I hope your proposal went well though. Oh, all the mods line updated right before I started this live stream, by the way. So we have some issues fixed. It looks like we've got some shenanigans in here. Okay, not much shenanigans. Okay. So, bees. The final breeding session of bees here. Oh, I don't even know where I was at, honestly, with the bee stuff. That's not a bad thing. Not at all. Okay, so there's all of the draconic bees that I need to upgrade because I forgot about them. We'll do draconic bees sooner or later. I'm not too worried about that right now. So let's get normal bees Let's see if we can get these guys out of their nests. So the best way to get these guys out of their nest is most likely going to be sleeping. Okay. Who's your favorite artist though, Rockstar? Who are you listening to? Ooh, public speaking. That is a fun one. I mean, what do I know about public speaking? I just speak to a monitor the entire day, stuff like that. I have minimal contact with actual people, and that is exactly how I love it. Genuinely, that is the best part about like IT in general is not being like interacting with actual customers or anything. Oh, it makes life so much easier. It's like, don't get me wrong, some of the customers that I deal with, or people that I deal with, are genuinely good people, but it's not fun when you run into some not so bright people. It's that was my day today, really, was dealing with people that are not qualified for the position that they hold, or position or job. I guess it wasn't really position, but like the overall like responsibilities that they had weren't something that they were fully suitable for. And I've noticed it a long time ago, but I had to deal with that person again today, sadly. And it was no better than the last time I've dealt with that person. But it's what they were given to do, and that's the problem. You run into people like that in the real world, and I think that's not great. I do know who Benson Boone is, but I don't know who Conan Gray is. Not that I think, like, not off the top of my head. Let me see. Okay, never mind. I know who both of those people are. I just have not listened. I don't think I've ever heard. Um, I haven't heard of Conan Gray or Conan Gray in a long time. In all honesty, these are both dropping honey. What is happening? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get that solved here real quick. Oh, did that bee nest have like a bee in it or something? No, they just have like honey in them. Okay, I was just questioning it. Okay, flax. I gotta go solve this because I did that. I needed some string for building materials, and I kind of went overboard. So we're looking for flax. Okay, flax has been spotted. Okay, so that should be solved. Let's just double check. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, and it's like I think my problem is communication. If you communicate properly with people, like even if because this person's not really associated with the company I work with. They are like a side company that the president of the company I work for co-owns or has like a hand in. And so it's one of those things where I only ever get to talk to this person every so often, which is a good thing because I don't know if my sanity could deal with it. But it's like they aren't they're I think their position's like an assistant to like an executive or assistant to the actual like president of the company or CEO of the company that they deal with, that they're associated with, and they also deal with the IT matters, but they also do not have any IT background or real knowledge because and this is gonna sound like I'm belittling them, but honestly, the thing is I sent them an email last week about a monitor cable, right? You know, something that you could probably look up on Google and figure out what you really need, but they don't know what computers they have over in the um, over in the area that I'm in because they've never seen them. They don't understand what they have, and so they never asked. They just went ahead and bought cables, which right off the bat, that's like a red flag. Like you don't know the computers that they have. You barely know the monitors you bought because you bought them from Sam's Club of all places, and you genuinely could just email me or call me. You have my number, kind of thing. And they just straight up like, no, I'm gonna go waste money and waste time. But they genuinely bought VGA cables in this day and age. Like I have like probably a good 100 and something VGA cables in a box next to this person's office or next to my office, and they bought VGA cables. And I like when I saw that, I laughed so hard, like unnecessarily hard, because nobody in their right mind uses VGA cables in this day and age. And if they do, man, they need to get with the times. But it's um it's one of those things where I sent them a list, like a listing from walmart.com, because I was like, hey, here's an example of what you need to buy for this person to hook up a monitor. And it's literally a display port to an HDMI cable. And they straight up just ignored it and ordered VGA cables. Those look nothing alike and sound nothing alike. But they still managed to do it. To this, it's like, it baffles me. It genuinely baffles me how, first off, like, you have to ignore that email so hard because I think we had like a conversation going about it because we were discussing some other matters, and it's just like you had to have ignored the one thing that I sent you. Thinking about it right now just gets me irritated. But I had to deal with that person again today, with another matter where they completely did the wrong thing. Yeah. Well, okay, so here's the thing is, I don't know what you use for your like computer or anything, Rockstar, but like the average monitor size I would say nowadays anywhere from like 24 to 27 inches, like in an office setting. This person goes out and literally goes to Sam's Club to buy a monitor for $120. If you know what Sam's Club is, which is like the group wholesaler club membership company, they go and they buy. Honestly, I'm kind of curious. Hold on, I have to get the price right because it always irritates me when I don't get the price right. So they go and they buy two monitors that are on quote unquote discount, which they're really not because they're 24-inch Samsung monitors and they're like 24 inches, but they're also curved, which the curve has nothing, like no effect because they look stupid and they're basically useless when they're curved. But she went and spent $110 on two, or like, 110 for each monitor. She buys two. And it's just like, man, you could go to Amazon or just go to a store nearby and buy one for probably 80, 90 bucks that's equivalent and or better than this Samsung curved monitor from Sam's Club. And it's just like all she had to do if she wanted to learn about monitors is call me. Like my thing is I am always open to communication. Like sometimes I may fumble, right? We're human. We fumble with things like that occasionally. But it's like the amount of times that they have fumbled is just astonishing to me, because I am so like willing to be open and honest with people, and communicate so we can effectively complete a task. That is my thought process. Is if we communicate, we are going to be better off, because we're not going to have to come back to this 2 weeks later and be like, hey, remember that thing that we didn't talk about? Well, it happened. Like, it just irritates me so much. What in the world? What is this? Advanced canvas beehive. What is a canvas beehive? I have no idea. I don't really care. Okay. So we want to look for oak expansion box as well. So let's get these on AutoCraft. But yeah, like working in IT in any capacity, you run into a lot of people like that, where they think they know what they're doing, or they're like they've been thrown into it without any real knowledge, which it's not her fault. Like, genuinely, she probably didn't want that. They probably just threw it onto her because she showed some initiative with like TikTok or something, and that was probably the spiral point. Um, I know this is horrible, but a lot of older people, a lot of boomers will say, will genuinely think that if you show any knowledge about a specific thing, they will outright think that you know everything about technology. It's a weird like trope and a like weird stereotype, but it is true. Um, and it's just like, man, I don't understand how you could rely on this person that you genuinely do not really have any, like, that does not have any knowledge of IT and business and stuff like that. So it becomes that thing where it's like you're trusting them for like a very fundamental portion of your business, but really they can't do much for you. And I don't know. I've seen a lot of places do that, where they either rely on like a third party company, they have nobody on site, which is okay. I mean, especially if you're like a very small operation. But it's like whenever you're several different businesses that genuinely has no IT, or well, not several different businesses, but like one business with several locations spanning across the state, there becomes the issue of like, what in the hell are you doing? You can dye them. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. I don't think I'll ever use it. I was just curious. Yeah, like I think it's one of those things where sometimes I sit back and I hear people talk about how how the real world is with their kids, and I just like want to put my head through a wall, because a lot of those people are out of touch, or they think that it's going to be the same whenever the kids grow up. Times change, especially nowadays. Can you now? I haven't even used a feeding slab, I don't think, in a long time, if ever. Oh yeah, and I forgot this is how you make some of the bees, isn't it? We'll have to look at this guy, the obsidian bee. I need to look at him sooner or later, and maybe get a flux bee. That might not be a bad idea. I think I tried this and I genuinely could not get it to work, so we'll have to look. Um, okay, so advanced beehive. So let's just type in oak. Productive bees. So we got expansion boxes. We've got this. So let's make one more so we're even. Oh, I didn't teach this thing how to make shears. I thought I did. Oh, but yeah, I could talk for hours about like a lot of the stuff I've learned, like even by observing companies. I think I think there's a lot of companies out there that genuinely hang on by a thread, and it's like baffling if you ever see on the inside of what companies do, because man, some of that stuff is scary. Like, especially because they have like customer information, like customer, like if you took the information, you would have basically their entire identity. Like, you would perform identity theft, and it's like it's crazy. just how much stuff happens like that. It's like, I know a lot of companies never think about it, but disgruntled employees could really cripple a business. And it's like, I know there was one place I worked years and years ago that they basically had um, all the HR files in like a quote unquote locked room, but it was like a lock that you would find in a bathroom. You know, you could kick that door down real easy. And it's like, it's kind of weird to say that, but it's just like, if somebody was really willing to get in there, that lock is not stopping them. Like, you should probably have like a reinforced door. Where in the world is my oak expansion boxes? Didn't I just. Did I not make oak expansion boxes? I did not. I thought I did, but I made beehives. Okay. That's what I did. Going crazy there for a second. But yeah, like, I feel like some people live by just like, oh, it's never going to happen. And it's like, I live by like, hey, this could happen. But also, I am the one person that caused my middle school to put reinforcements on their bathroom doors because we'll say that the bathroom door left its hinges for the shits and giggles, you know, giggles and shits. Okay, so we should have the oak expansion boxes. We should have that. So now let's get simulator upgrades. We'll grab that. We'll grab anti-teleportation. Okay. And then. So I have only a handful of sets of these, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And most likely I want to set the top layer or the bottom layer, whichever one, as normal bees. Honestly, do we need normal bees? I would say we don't even need normal bees. Like honeycomb and honey, they can straight up come out of the honey essence. So I don't even think we really need normal bees right now. If we needed to, we could just add another mystical agriculture honey seed, and I think that would work for us. So let's just do. Let's just throw the normal bees in here for right now. Um, but we have everything else that we need. But let's grab some more simulators. So we do need to get a lot of these bees like up and going, don't we? Yeah, like 40,000 honey essence. That's going to last a while. And if I need to, I could boost it. Okay, so let's go check and see if we got any more skeleton bees over yonder. So we got some zombies. A lot of zombies. Yeah. Honestly, that's why I went with the actual, the one option with mystical agriculture because it's so much better. Let's see if I can anger some bees here. Need to like clear a large portion of these zombies. I was trying to get skeleton bees, not all these zombies. But yeah, back to Minecraft, right? So, I want to get the skeleton bee to get another withered bee, but I think we're gonna be fine. Do the unobtainium bees breed? So do these guys actually have a breeding ability? I would assume they do because it doesn't say. Nope, they can't breed amongst themselves. So we're actually going to have to get more unobtainium bees. Okay. Um, and unobtainium bees, they aren't that expensive, right? Because they're just aluminium, vibranium, more unobtainium. So we need unobtainium and vibranium. So unobtainium, vibranium, and I think we'll probably want several sets of these guys, right? So let me think. So if we were to get, oh, we're almost out of vibranium, aren't we? Okay, we'll have to figure that one out because we won't be able to do too many. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 8 of those. And we already have, so we already have 2, right? 2 of the unobtainium. So we need aluminium and vibranium. So this guy plus this guy. And then this guy plus this. Swap it around. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Mostly was that if we could actually breed these guys together. But I don't actually know. Can we do anything like that with these guys? Okay, so it looks like all the Modium bees can't breed together. So we're going to have to... Well, that's going to be a pain in my rear, ain't it? That is going to be a pain in my rear. Because I think I'll have to breed all the Modium bees by hand. So the vibranium... So the vibranium bee, we'll bookmark that, and all the Modium. Because we have the bees to do it, it's just we need to be able to do it. Yeah, so we'll have to get this guy as well. I'm gonna go old school real quick and just grab a chest and a hopper. Oh yeah, I honestly I don't think I've ever messed with those guys, but yeah, that's I don't know. It seems like this one is a little bit less overpowered of a series from what I've seen, or all of a pack. But honestly, I don't know. I feel like there's probably no major differences between this All the Mods 9 and All the Mods 8 besides Grig Tech. I think that's probably the only change. So okay, so we got 1, 2. So we'll just make another nest of this. So that should be good. Okay. So we should basically have one complete nest of unobtainium. We'll probably get more in the future if we need them. Vibranium, aluminium. Come on. Okay, because 5 fit per box. Well, per advanced oak beehive and an oak expansion. So now we need to get kind of the rest of these guys, right? The vibranium and the aldomodium. So there's a withered and an ancient bee. And then what do these guys need to breed? So this guy's recipe is ancient plus withered, just flowers. So poppy. And then we're going to need 3 cages. Just because I don't feel like doing a whole lot of breeding. I think if I need more of these guys, I will just go and do it off camera. But I also don't know how much longer I'm going to be live for because I'm kind of getting a little tired here. And we really haven't done a whole lot this episode, sadly. Kind of ranted a lot more than I have about my work than actually playing this. But we are still waiting on a skeleton bee. While this is working, though, I guess we could kind of discuss what we're actually plans for the future of this series are a little bit. So I know sooner or later I want to get into occultism, mostly because occultism is just an interesting mod outright. Hey, speak of the devil, speak of the skeleton bee here. Hold on. Yoink. Yeah, the one of the biggest things is definitely getting into occultism. Because we're going to have to start building up towards all the mods 9 star, which also means we got to get into Cataclysm and a few other mods. All the mods 9 star doesn't include anything Greg Tech related, but we're going to need to be able to generate gold. We're going to need to be able to do a whole bunch of different stuff like that, because gold is actually going to be used to do what I don't even know what piece it is, but I know there's precision mechanisms required within the all the mods 9 star recipe. I don't fully know where that actually is anymore. I think these require precision mechanisms, don't they? So we actually need one of those to do anything anyway. But let's see, do we have any other insight there? It looks like we do need to get into productive bees a little bit with that. Non-hatchable dragon egg. Interesting. So it looks like we have to get into Forbidden Arcanus. Evil Craft, which I've actually never messed with Evil Craft in all honesty. Pneumatic Craft, Applied Energistics, Thermal Extra, Nilnir, so Botania, there's Occultism. So that's kind of the one thing we're going to work towards with Occultism. And I think Evil Craft looks like there's a big portion of that in here. Some Cataclysm stuff. So there's a Wither Builder, Heart of the Deep. So we're going to have to get into reinforced blood magic stuff. That's not too complicated. Dimensional Seed, which is an absolute metric ton of Endstone. Endstone, Dirt, and Obsidian. So we're going to need to get some generation for that stuff. That's not going to be too terrible. Endstone Fire Pit. Huh. Yeah, I'm excited for Evil Craft. I just never had a reason to get into it. We got Creative Essence, which that's not too complicated. Patrick Star, which is a whole bunch of different concretes. We've automated green. We've automated concrete. We've also automated bone meal, basically. I mean, so we have everything for this, genuinely. So we'll see. Tons and tons of stuff there. Okay. So that should be all the Modium bees we need. So all the Modium. So that way we won't have to excavate this. The only issue I see, of course, is bees just outright sucking. Because they are slow as can be. No pun intended. Without doing the draconic bee steps and all that stuff. And we do have, like, the ability to do all the Modium Essence if we wanted to. So we may not even need bees for this, but I thought, you know, getting into bees and touching on what bees actually contain and all of that stuff wouldn't be a bad idea. So, you know. Okay, so all the Modium bee. Skeletal bee, let's get that one out of there. So there's our vibranium. I just did those guys. Okay. Did I do... No, there's the ancient bee. Okay. Proper. Good. So withered. Skeletal. Just throw this guy up here for right now. Same with the withered. Okay. So now the vibranium bee was draconic and ancient, which required draconic dust. Okay. So I had draconic bees. Where did I do with that guy? Did I accidentally throw them upstairs? Yeah. We'll see how far we get into this, though, that's for sure. Draconic bees, I did throw them in here. And I went the wrong way. Hold on. Whee! Yeah, I think a lot of it's going to be a time sink for just kind of getting into the mods and everything as well. Okay, so we need... Which bees again? Because I completely forgot. So ancient bee and... Nope, that's a lapis bee. Ancient bee and a draconic bee. So then that is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that should get us all of the vibranium bees. And honestly, I think the thing is since I actually have that Botany Pot Tiers mod in here, that would definitely assist us a lot more. But I think it's a good kind of like area to probably stop for today. Just because I wasn't going to do too long of an episode, because we're focusing on a lot of bees and breeding and all that fun stuff. But we will hopefully get a lot of this figured out. But yeah, I said earlier that I'm probably going to go down to 3 videos a week. Because honestly, I haven't been publishing nearly enough videos like I want to. And instead of putting stress on myself and also kind of the question if I'm actually going to post, we're probably going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Maybe with an occasional stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays or the days that I record, who knows. But Saturdays and Sundays may just kind of be streams. I think usually I do streams on those days anyway. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us today. I'm honestly, I am enjoying messing with bees. I can't wait to do the gene, like, cleanup of this, like an actual final draft of this, to get AE2 incorporated and everything like that as well. But that'll be coming sooner or later. Just right now, I have not had time to really sit down and record. I said in the beginning of this as well that I spent some time actually trying to record a second episode for this week. And the episode was just a flop of me building. And man, it was super boring. And not at all interesting. So it happens at the end of the day. Sometimes episodes don't go the way I want, and it happens. And I don't want to bore you with them, so we'll just skip on, and we'll keep on keeping on. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you around. Hopefully, we will be... I also want to try and get back into doing like mod spotlights and stuff, because I haven't done that forever. I know there's the mod history video out there as well, which I never did a part 2 to, but mostly I held off because NeoForge was being like announced and worked on, and that allowed for that kind of to build up and now become a more prevalent mod loader. So there's some things there, but anyway, thank you, stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye!